Nancy Pelosi is opening a formal impeachment inquiry into President Trump's interactions with the president of Ukraine.
Now, Pelosi says that President Trump's actions leaves Congress with no choice. WBZ's John Keller is here tonight now with a look at what happens next, John.
Yeah, Paula, Liam, the impeachment process has only been triggered 3 times before. Once in the 1860s with Andrew Johnson, twice in the last 45 years with Nixon and Clinton. But after months of essentially being dared to try it, D.C. Democrats are now ready to take the plunge.
We cannot delay. We must not wait. Now is the time to act.
Georgia Congressman John Lewis has run out of patience, and so have a fast-growing majority of House Democrats, notably including 7 freshmen who've been reluctant to talk impeachment, but are now saying that if the president used taxpayer dollars as leverage to help his political standing, it would be a threat to all we have sworn to protect. But what would impeachment really mean? Most likely, months of House Judiciary Committee hearings, a near daily spectacle of partisan fighting that might or might not shed any light on the president's alleged transgressions.
It is possible to do something that is wrong and not be an impeachable offense, and people around here are throwing that term around so loosely, it's lost all meaning.
While polls show consistent public opposition to impeachment, they also show a high level of dissatisfaction with the president's ethics and character.
We need to absolutely right away begin impeachment proceedings. He's got to go.
But with a Senate GOP majority controlling the outcome, there is little chance of a first ever presidential removal.
If they want to do it, go hard or go home. Stop talking about it.
Look for the Democrats to call his bluff and roll the dice, risking a backlash, but also galvanizing their base and keeping the election year spotlight where they want it, on President Trump.
So here we go, Paula.
Here we go, John. The president just tweeted, well, immediately he tweeted presidential harassment, but only 9 minutes ago, an already 1.5-minute produced ad saying this is the sole focus of Democrats, the only way they think they can beat him. Does the president actually want this fight?
You know, I don't think so. Look, no question about it, there are risks here for the Democrats. There are reasons why Nancy Pelosi was reluctant to get in this. What if the hearings are a dud? They'll be beaten over the head with that, and a lot of voters, swing voters, won't like it. But the fact is, I have never seen worse character numbers for an incumbent president than the numbers President Trump has now. So there's a large majority of Americans very receptive to arguments that he's unethical. And that's exactly what the House Judiciary Committee is going to be pushing for at least 4 crucial months of the election run-up.
This was a big afternoon. John Keller, thanks. Liam?